Okay, we're gonna let Kate keep going with our women in the NFL. But as we get ready for that, I'm gonna show a short clip first, and then we'll get right into that.
I'm all about women empowerment. I mean, it's one of the things that I talked about with when bringing this topic into this group. I really respect women and their roles, and I think a woman's place can be in the NFL. And so, my lady this week is someone that normally people wouldn't think about and associate with the NFL. It is one of the new owners of the partial owners of the Denver Broncos, Tina's team, and it's Condoleezza Rice. She is 67 years old, born in Birmingham, Alabama. She's an American diplomat and a political science major. She's the current director of the Hoover Institute at Stanford University, where she is a huge fan of all their sports teams and shows up regularly to cheer on the women's basketball team. She was the 66th United States Secretary of State from 05 to 09 under President Bush, the younger one, not the older one. And she was the 19th United States National Security Advisor from 01 to 05. Again, that was under President Bush. She was the first female African American Secretary of State and the first woman National Security Advisor. So go girl power there. Mm-hmm. And until Obama was elected, she and Colin Powell were the highest ranking African American officials in the executive branch. And while she was Secretary of State, she was the first woman to be in the highest rank to become the position of president under Bush, because we had a male Speaker of the House under the Bush administration. So the thought that she could have become president during those times was pretty exciting, because not only was she a woman, she was an African American, and that was very unheard of in those days. She went to the University of Denver. Interesting, that's the school where she got her bachelor's and her PhD, and now she's back in Denver as part owner of the team. And then she got her master's at the University of Notre Dame. She was dating and engaged to a former NFL football player, Rick Upchurch, but they broke off their engagement due to the fact that she just wasn't ready for marriage. And then she was one of the original and inaugural 13-person member of the college football playoff when that formed. So she got to make those decisions when the college football playoff began, and then they said that she had a conflict of interest and told her she could no longer be a part of that. So anyway, that is Ms. Condoleezza Rice, your new part owner, with also George Lucas's wife is now part owner. So we have two female co-owners of the Denver Broncos in Denver. And so there you have my woman of the week.
I love that.
Got a couple of trivia things to add to that.
Ooh.
You mentioned that her ex-fiance was Rick Upchurch. He was a wide receiver for the Denver Broncos.
Oh my goodness.
She definitely has an affinity
for the Broncos. She knows that area.
And she's also a huge Cleveland Browns fan. She's always been a Browns fan. So
really?
She's been involved in like football and all of that for a very, very long time. So yeah.
She's very sports minded.
Extremely
Nathan
sports-minded.
Snell said Mrs. Rice also contributed to a nice investment for the WNBA. We love that.
Yeah, she has definitely been one with women's sports and equality and trying to make sure that everybody was equal and all of that. So she's a huge sports fan. So
amazing.
Yeah. Okay. Melody Harris is interesting too. A lot of people don't know who she was. She actually was the CEO for Starbucks for a while. She's also heavily involved in women's charities and women's issues. And she's just, it'll be interesting to see what those two will do with their positions on a ownership interest on an NFL team.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and I do agree with this user's comment that women rock.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know who this is, but you're amazing. We love you. It might be Kat. I'll have to go look in a second. Kyle says I look grumpy, and I'm gonna ignore him because
Kyle said you look grumpy?
Because it's Kyle. Kyle, I'm actually thrilled, Kyle. And do you want to know why? Because it's week 1 of football where I play you in fantasy and you're going to take an L. So I'm actually very happy. Thank you. And I don't like coffee, so no. But another interesting thing about women in coaching roles, just talking about this season in general, is that this year we have the most women having roles in the NFL than we've had any year before, and it's the most women in roles in any male sports league. So that's pretty cool that the NFL is doing cool things.
I love this.
Yes, there's 15 coaches that are women in some capacity, and we talk about the women's forum. I think I've talked about it twice now because I talked about how Sam Rappaport runs it, and then I've also just talked about it in general on the show during the off season, and 12 out of 15 of those women went to the women's forum. So I thought that was pretty cool.
I think that is amazing. Just think at how far this league has come in introducing women of color, women of diversity, women of different backgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
It's just really cool because this used to be a good old boys club, but women are getting their way in, and I think that's amazing.
Slowly but surely we're getting there.
Yeah.
I do cheer for the punter. If anyone knows, I am trying to get into college football because Kate has inspired me with her love of college football. And I sat through that Iowa game and I was like, this is why I don't watch college football because it was so bad. But now I got the shirt that says I cheer for the punter because Tyron Taylor is the only good thing about the Iowa football team.
Yeah. I'm such a big college fan. Look at the Nails getting ready to go to the big house the next 2 weeks. So I'm excited. Lots of football around.
This is Kat. I knew all the nice positive things coming in were Kat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I love you to the moon and back.
Please hang out done. Is it worth it? Week 1. Get out of here. I'm just gonna ignore Kyle from now on. Yes, Kate is also a part of Let's Talk College Football with Sean and Alex, and they're amazing. I try really hard to understand what you're saying. I will get there eventually.
Who said
I know that's Kat. That's
Kat. And then you, of course, have Andrew with his Go Gators.
Go Blue. That's all that matters. Go Blue.
Right, well, we do not care about the college football world that much because it is the NFL this week. So stop trying to go back to college. I'm ready to move on to the NFL.
Okay. I'm usually watching the MSU games with friends, so sorry, Kate.
It's okay. Don't watch that team, and I'll be good with you.
Thanks for watching. If you like that clip, be sure to check out the other great content from the Let's Talk Football community. And as always, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when more great content like this becomes available.